Deciding on long-term care is one of the most significant and difficult choices a person or a family can make. Many assume that a nursing home is the safest and most practical option when living alone becomes a challenge. But this decision comes with profound consequences that are often not discussed until it's too late. Please note, this video is intended to be a compassionate guide to help you make a fully informed choice. Nursing homes provide essential, necessary care for many people. Our goal is not to discourage this option, but to look beyond the brochure at the realities of this transition, so you can be prepared and empowered. Today, we will uncover 7 crucial realities of nursing home life. Understanding what's at stake is the first step in ensuring that the final chapter of a life is lived with dignity, comfort, and peace. If this video was valuable to you, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. 1. The true financial cost. The true financial cost. The first reality to confront is the staggering financial cost. A nursing home stay can quickly drain a lifetime of savings and limit your financial independence. Many people assume that Medicare will cover these expenses, but in reality, it typically only pays for short-term rehabilitation, not long-term care. This means most seniors must pay out of pocket until their personal assets are nearly gone, at which point they may qualify for Medicaid. This can mean losing the ability to leave an inheritance or keep the family home. Beyond the base cost, hidden fees for things like physical therapy or special dietary needs can add up quickly, sometimes doubling what you expected to pay. Richard, at 80, was shocked by how quickly his savings dwindled. Between the monthly fees and extra charges, he lost nearly half his savings in the first year. Before committing, it is crucial to understand the full financial picture and explore all possible alternatives, like in-home care, which may provide the necessary support at a fraction of the cost. 2. The risk of loneliness and isolation. Loneliness and emotional isolation. Many assume a nursing home will combat loneliness because you'll be surrounded by people. But the truth is, loneliness and emotional isolation are 2 of the most common struggles residents face. Being around people is not the same as feeling connected. Meaningful connections can be hard to form. Other residents may struggle with cognitive or mobility issues that make socializing difficult. More importantly, you are separated from the lifelong friends, neighbors, and familiar surroundings that provide a deep sense of comfort and belonging. Family visits, which may be frequent at first, can become less so over time as life gets in the way. For many residents, the quiet days between visits feel long and lonely. Carol, 78, had a strong social network of neighbors and friends. When she moved into a nursing home, she found a lack of deep conversation and a routine that left her feeling like a visitor in her own life. This loss of meaningful relationships can lead to depression. It's a hidden risk that deserves serious consideration. 3. The potential for physical decline. The decline in physical health. It seems counterintuitive, but a nursing home can sometimes contribute to physical decline rather than prevent it. While care is available, the environment itself can be very sedentary. At home, you naturally stay active with household tasks, errands, or simply walking around your space. In many facilities, residents spend much of their day sitting. Without regular, personalized activity, muscles weaken, balance worsens, and mobility declines. This leads to a higher risk of falls and injuries. The principle of use it or lose it is very powerful. When daily tasks are done for you, your body has fewer reasons to stay strong. James, 82, was active and cooked his own meals at home. After moving into a facility, he found himself sitting for long hours. Within months, his legs felt weaker, and he soon needed a walker, something he never required before. Physical health is about daily habits. While nursing homes provide medical oversight, if they don't actively encourage consistent, personalized movement, they can unintentionally speed up physical deterioration. 4. The risk of neglect. The high risk of neglect or mistreatment. Many people assume nursing homes provide constant, attentive care. But the hard reality is that many facilities are understaffed and caregivers are overworked. When staff members are stretched too thin, residents may not get the attention they need. This can lead to delayed responses to calls for help, unaddressed medical concerns, and in some cases, outright neglect. When you need assistance, you may have to wait for long periods. Basic care needs like proper hygiene or timely medication can be overlooked when a single staff member is responsible for dozens of residents. While most caregivers are compassionate people, the stress and burnout of an understaffed environment can lead to situations where residents are ignored or treated like tasks rather than people. Helen, 79, quickly realized that the care she received was inconsistent. She often felt rushed, skipped over for activities, and forgotten. It's a heartbreaking reality that is more common than people realize. Before making a decision, it is critical to research a facility's staffing levels, read resident reviews, and ask tough questions about patient-to-caregiver ratios. 5. The loss of independence. The loss of independence and autonomy. Independence is something we take for granted until it's gone. Once you enter a care facility, many of the choices you once made for yourself, what time you wake up, when and what you eat, how you spend your day, are suddenly dictated by someone else's schedule. For many older adults, this loss of autonomy can be frustrating and disheartening. While facilities provide structure, they often don't allow for personal freedom. The small pleasures of your own routine can be restricted. Robert, 81, valued his ability to do things on his own terms. After moving to a nursing home, what he missed most were the small freedoms: eating what he wanted, deciding his own bedtime, or going outside without needing permission. He felt trapped, not because he wasn't cared for, but because his ability to make choices for himself had been taken away. Over time, this can erode your sense of self. It's crucial to consider if you are prepared for this level of structured living. 6. The loss of a familiar environment. Loss of familiar environment and identity. One of the most overlooked consequences is the emotional impact of leaving your home. A home is more than a place. It holds your memories, your routines, and a sense of your identity that is hard to replace. In a facility, your space is smaller, often shared, and decorated with generic furniture. The things that made your house feel like home are gone. This transition can be deeply unsettling. Beyond the physical surroundings, your personal identity can be affected. You may have been known as a great cook or an avid gardener. In a nursing home, the opportunities to engage in the hobbies that define you can be limited. Eleanor, 83, had lived in her house for 40 years. Her home was her sanctuary. In the nursing home, her small room had no space for her knitting supplies, and she no longer had her garden. She felt like she was losing touch with the person she had always been. The emotional effect of leaving a familiar environment can be just as significant as any physical decline. 7. Limited control over medical decisions. Limited control over medical decisions. Finally, a rarely discussed reality is the potential loss of control over your own medical and end-of-life decisions. At home, you choose your doctors and decide on treatments that align with your values. In a facility, these decisions can be influenced by policies and staff who may not fully understand your personal wishes. Medical care can become less personalized, and when it comes to end-of-life decisions, facilities have strict policies that may not align with what you want. If your wishes aren't clearly and legally documented in advance, you may find yourself receiving treatments you didn't want. Harold, 84, had a clear vision for his health care and had written advance directives. But after a stroke, his ability to make decisions was questioned, and a guardian was appointed. He found himself receiving treatments he didn't agree with because his voice was no longer being heard. Having control over your own health is essential. As we conclude, please take a moment to reflect on these 7 realities. The decision to move to a long-term care facility is complex, and it's not always the best solution for maintaining one's quality of life, dignity, and freedom. The most important thing to remember is that you have options. There are alternative ways to receive care that do not involve sacrificing your independence. In-home health aides, shared housing, and assisted living communities can provide support while allowing you to stay in control of your life. If you or a loved one are considering this path, take the time to explore every available option. Your later years should be about comfort, connection, and autonomy. The best way to protect yourself is to plan ahead, ask the hard questions, and ensure that wherever you live, it truly supports the life you want to lead. Navigating the world of long-term care is a difficult and emotional journey. This is a space for support and shared wisdom. If you or your family have experience with this decision, please consider sharing your story or advice respectfully in the comments below. Your insight could be invaluable to someone else facing this choice. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content that informs and empowers. Thank you for watching.